thought when she was me. Where did you go? What did I pay for? Is this the price of everything and anything that you were waiting for all the time? And the look in your eyes to go back to the beauty and the innocence, and all that's left is nose, no shame. Wherever she would walk, behold, first the king. And although I stand, what I would give to keep the part of you in me forever was yours in the palm of your hand. But I can't simply be the angel that I am. Where did you go? What did I pay for? Is this the price of everything and anything that you were waiting for all the time? And the look in your eyes to go back to the beauty and the innocence, and all that's left is a shell of a man. Oh, shell of a man. She held the world in the palm of her hand. For all the what once were, get a second chance. She held the world in the palm of her hand. For everything is yours, but this is all I ask. What am I supposed to do? Am I only half of you? Haunted by the ghost of you, I'm holding on. Everything was yours to have. Can't you get a second chance? God, if only you could hear is all I ask. Where did you go? What did I pay for? Is this the price of everything and anything that you were waiting for all the time? And the look in your eyes to go back to the beauty and the innocence, and all that's left is the shell of a man. Oh, the shell of a
Magnificent.
Audi Kirana. Good morning.
Welcome
Good
back.
morning.
So good to see you again.
I know, right?
Please sit down.
Powerful,
Wow.
powerful voice.
Shell of a man.
I know.
Hell of a voice. My goodness. Always such a spectacle to have you.
He's blown away.
I am always blown away to watch you perform in the in the studio, especially. Shell of a Man. Quite an interesting song.
Yes.
What's the story behind it? What inspired it? It sounds a little bit different from the previous song that you brought when you came here last time.
Shell of a Man is actually one of the more recent songs that I've written in comparison to like the last time I wrote, Perfect or Great Like You. This one is at a time where I feel like I've already grown in a way. Like I've already had more experience and like I've learned more in like the way I want to write.
Right.
And the story behind Shell of a Man is actually because I wrote this around the time where I was still very fresh in the music scene. I was just starting out, just doing like gigs back to back, and I was feeling very like overwhelmed. So, and it's mainly because I'm an introvert. So being in this industry, I have to be very extroverted in a way. I have to always be social and network and always be on whenever I'm on camera or whenever I'm on stage. And it's a lot, and I feel like that is a part of myself that I have lost because in the past when I was younger, that was me. I used to be so outgoing, so out there, so extroverted, and I felt like this little girl deserves everything that I have now because she is better equipped at it. And I feel like a shell of a man because that part of me is missing.
So I would say it sounds like you're kind of like, the song itself reflects on your kind of journey of rediscovering that aspect of you.
And like now I have to relearn how to get that part of me back.
Right.
That's fantastic.
Right. So there's in the song itself, it has this kind of, correct me if I'm wrong, imposter syndrome.
Yes.
To it. So why did you put that kind of imposter syndrome / song, maybe?
Because imposter syndrome, to me, it's the feeling where you feel like you don't deserve what you have. You feel like somebody else deserves it more, even though you've also worked hard for it and you actually deserve it, but you don't feel like you've earned it. That's what I feel, but instead of with other people, I feel it with my younger self.
Right.
Yeah, that's why like at this point after the song has come out, and I've put everything into words and everything into perspective, I realized that this thing that I'm doing right now, it's her dream, my younger self's dream. And everything that I do for her. So instead of letting myself continuously comparing myself, like feeling that she is better and I've lost so much of myself that I can't do it, I might as well just, try harder for her to make her dreams come true.
Would you say this has been kind of your most personal song?
Yeah, I think it would be, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've always I realized that, as I've grown, there's a huge shift in my personality and, and at some point, it's a part of my life where I feel like it's a part of most people's life, especially if you're a teenager where you just want to go back to an easier time, and that's sort of something that I went through. Yeah.
Oh, no, it's not just you.
Oh yeah,
It's also
us
us.
too, 100%. Oh my goodness.
We're in it together.
Yeah. I was watching Wicked last night and I cried. That kind of deal. Anyway, so obviously this is very personal for you, right? It's a very personal song. How important is it, would you say, to explore, your personal, it's struggles, yes, but it's also growth in a way in your songs. And how do you think your listeners relate to those kinds of music?
With every one of my songs, I always want my listeners to feel like they're not alone.
Right.
Yeah, and because I also don't want to feel alone. That's why I put these songs out there. But I know that through my friends or through talking to people that most people experience something like this, especially wanting to go back to an easier time. And I feel like I just want them to feel like they can be related to, they're not alone. And it's also in a way if I can get through this, so can you. So it's a kind of we're both in this together and we can get through it.
Right, and you will get through it.
Yeah.
You have to. So in the song, we heard that it's, for me personally, I think it was like a slow rock and
ballad,
like a ballad, yes. But it has a touch of rock with your unique tone or voice itself. Did you pick it out by yourself, or someone actually displays here? You can actually pick this or.
With every one of my songs, I always write first instead of trying to find the chords or everything, because I'm more equipped to just randomly sing a melody and hope that it makes sense, music theory wise. So when I wrote this, I already wrote the lyrics down and I knew the melody of it, how I wanted to sing it. And so I always work with my producer Daniel Cliff. Okay, we work together, he finds the chords, and we workshop everything until it's where I want it to sound like. Because I also create a playlist of songs that resemble to what I'm hearing in my head, how I want this to go to make it easier.
Okay. Who is your biggest inspiration in that playlist?
My Chemical Romance.
No kidding. I
Yeah.
can actually hear that. Yeah.
Yeah, specifically
when
the
you put it
Ghost
that
Review.
way.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Fantastic. It sounds like It definitely has that vibe. But how would you say they've influenced, and perhaps the other artists, the other bands that have also influenced your kind of songwriting and your voice as well, music?
Oh, there's so many bands that I've loved and I've used as inspiration, but I feel like now I finally found like a whole genre of bands that I feel like resonates the kind of music that I want to make. So it's mainly a lot of emo bands, and like, the top two is like My Chemical Romance and Pierce the Veil. But I finally found like a solid, line of bands and sounds and music that I also want to create similar to it, but in my own way.
Nice.
So, and aside from like the music of it, because these are songs that I love, and I want to create something that I love to also hear. And thankfully, once I found that, I made Shell of a Man, and it's now like my favorite song that I've ever made.
Us too.
It sounds like it.
Yeah.
When you were performing earlier, it sounded like you really put your heart into it.
Yeah.
So like it was really kind of like personal for
Yeah.
you. What about Billie Eilish? She seemed to have a similar kind of like aesthetic to her in a way, but on the other hand, I can also kind of hear some influences from her.
Yeah, Billie Eilish specifically for this song. The reason why I finally had the incentive to write something like this is because she released What Was I Made For?
Yeah.
Yeah, that song was like, lyrically, it was a huge inspiration. And I just like, I saw the vulnerability of that song and I wanted to write something like sort of similar to it. So I gave my whole heart out on the song. And Billie Eilish, a lot of her songs, especially mainly lyric-wise, I get a lot of lyrical inspiration from Billie Eilish because I love the way that she writes. It's always so poetic yet so straight to the point.
Yeah.
I love that.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get what you mean.
And Audi, you've released 4 singles already, and also a mini album with live performance, right? So with Shell of a Man coming out on the end of 2024, right?
Sure.
It's now, right?
Yeah,
December, yes.
it's out now.
How do you feel actually about this new release compared to the previous music?
Ooh, I have been waiting for this day for way too long.
Really?
Honestly, because because this year I've released 3 songs, Freebird, The Recycled Sinar, and this one. This one was the last because it was like, okay, we're saving the best for last.
Yeah.
And because I said this was like my favorite song, I couldn't wait to be able to like actually, bring it like fully and allow for people to actually hear it and to like let people hear why I love this song so much. And I've just been waiting until like this song finally gets its flowers.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that, ever since it came out, it's been getting like, it's been great, honestly, with everything, with how people have been reacting to it and the streams and everything. This is like I knew this song would be great. Like I had such a gut feeling because like this song is just so dear to me, and like even if it didn't do as well, I would still love it either way.
Yeah. Fantastic. Obviously,
Fantastic.
I think when we first heard it, it was also kind of like it carried kind of a pretty deep emotional impact for us, didn't it? Straight away. So yeah. You said it's about kind of like part of your motivation behind it was also to keep your audience's company, if you will, to give them a sense of like belonging, to let them know that they're not alone in whatever struggles they go through. In this particular case, in trying to rediscover oneself after the world that they found themselves in have changed them into somebody else.
Oh, you learn very quickly.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Right?
I'm really heavy into this, self-reflective stuff. What would you like to say to the audience who are watching now? And perhaps you can feel free to address them straight to the camera.
Which camera is?
Oh, that's a good question.
Hello?
Maybe.
There you go. Hi.
There you go. What would you like to say to them?
To all my listeners who relate to any one of my songs, if it's Shell of a Man specifically, you are amazing. You deserve everything that you have worked so hard for. Comparing yourself isn't going to get you anywhere. You are first in your own world. And if you are struggling with this, then there's always friends, there's always family, there's always my music. And we're always gonna figure it out sooner or later.
Aw,
Beautiful.
Thank you
Absolutely
so
beautiful.
much, Audi.
Thank you so much. I feel much better now.
You're okay. You're okay.
All right, amazing. Audi Kirana, thank you so much
Thank
for
you
taking
so
the
much for
time to
having
come
me.
to the
Thanks,
studio.
Audi. It was lovely. We'd
fantastic.
like to see you again pretty soon.
Yes. Okay.
So we're having another short break. So after the break, we are going to talk about coffee this time. So now coffee has become a popular drink and also one of the best coffee beans in Indonesia. Come.